Now, Wellness Wednesday on Fox 54 News, sponsored by WeGenesis.
Starts, everybody's different. The consumption that one person can have of alcohol may be more than another person. A lot of factors in there: weight, what you ate, how frequently you may intake alcohol, whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of factors. What we're saying is if somebody is to the point of starting, continuous nausea and vomiting, up to the point of dehydration, basically unconscious, lightheaded, passing out, having syncope type episodes, people that start maybe having shortness of breath, respiratory issues, as any other body function that, is going to cause somebody something that could be more intense wrong. In other words, people can drink and have chest pains, but is it the chest pain? Is it the alcohol? What is the case may be? So it's just kind of a common sense factor that it's a case by case situation where people should, first of all, should know when to stop, with their consumption of alcohol. But the second point is that if they're starting to have issues that are making them feel like that it's not very normal in their day-to-day activities when they drink that much, something different's going on with their body. And there's a lot of factors, and the biggest thing is if you think you're not feeling well, stop. Hopefully you have some friends or family members that will help you stop to the point of where you are having a true medical emergency. That's a hard question to answer. It varies from year to year, depending, a lot of how many people are out. What is it on a weekday, weekend? What's the weather like this weekend? I mean, we're looking at a forecast that we just got out of our EMA meeting that there's going to be some nasty weather all Saturday and Sunday, and so who knows? The green beer will be flowing, I am sure. If you get on the social media and just social networks here for Huntsville, Madison County, there's a lot of places that's going to be open celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And actually, we're supposed to have a big St. Patty Day parade Saturday, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But we hope everybody has fun. We hope everybody celebrates St. Patrick's Day, but hope everybody drinks responsible and watch out for your friends and neighbors. Well, the right answer to that is probably not start drinking at all if you haven't already started. Second thing, if you do, try to be responsible for yourself and your actions while you're drinking. Naturally, don't drink and drive, whatever you do, and just be smart about it. Well, anybody who's taking prescribed medications should refrain from drinking alcohol because medications and alcohol generally don't mix. They have side effects and issues like that. The other issue is people that are diabetics, people with epilepsy, cirrhosis of the liver, many diseases. So, if somebody has some underlying health conditions, they need to talk to their physician before they start doing intake alcohol.
So excessively high alcohol levels in your system can affect your body functions. Most importantly, it's things like breathing and heart rate. So it can cause your breathing to slow or your heart rate to slow, which can in some cases lead to death. There's also the possibility of vomiting, and when vomiting, there's always the possibility of what's called aspiration or inhaling what you vomited into your lungs, which can cause a very severe lung irritation and or lung infection, and can also be very, very serious. It's really hard because every person is different in terms of their tolerance, their body size, their composition. All of these things go together in how much a person can process. Generally, when someone is unable to stay awake and unable to be awakened, that's generally a bad thing. And so that would be the point where, obviously, if someone is not breathing properly or something like that, that would be a big concern. But if someone is completely out, and that you can't get that person to arouse or to respond to any sort of stimulation, then that might be a time when you want to think about, do you need to call EMS? Do you need to seek medical attention? Alcohol has effects in pretty much every organ system, the liver particularly. It also raises the risk of cancer, including liver cancer. It can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, digestive problems, immune system problems, and this is all in addition to liver disease. Alcohol is processed through the liver. And with heavy and long-term alcohol use can lead to scarring of the liver that's called cirrhosis. And that can affect the liver's ability to do what it does, which it has multiple functions across the body. And in certain cases can lead to so much damage to the liver that the liver simply just can't function, can't do what it has to do, and can even lead to things like liver transplant. And this is complicated by the fact of other medications, drugs, or potentially other infections or inherited conditions that might make your liver more susceptible to damage, including to damage by alcohol. There have been multiple studies about moderate alcohol use, light alcohol use, certain types of alcoholic beverages. And so these studies are not conclusive. These are usually studies that are looking for associations between things. So in general, I think it makes sense to most people to say that the more you drink, the more you raise the risk of chronic problems, and the less you drink, the less you have risk. And this is just population. Everybody knows some individual who did something for the entire life and stayed completely healthy. Everybody knows that person, whatever that might be. But in general, across the population, we know that the amount of alcohol you drink is related to later problems, especially with your body. And so reducing or limiting the amount of alcohol you drink is good. You may want to discontinue completely. That's up to each individual person. But all of this information is widely available on the internet from reputable sources about the long-term injury that can come from chronic alcohol use.